Welcome to this edition of The District. I am Joan Garner, Fulton County Commissioner for District 6. In January, Atlanta City Council member Kwanza Hall declared 2012 the Year of Boulevard and outlined an ambitious agenda: crime prevention, job training, education reform, economic development, and summer youth programs. He secured commitments from the Atlanta Medical Center, Atlanta Police Department, local churches, the city's zoning, public works, cultural affairs, and parks and recreation departments. And after-school program, Atlanta Public Schools, 4 neighborhood associations, and crucially, Wingate Management, the company that owns and operates the village of Bedford Pines. Boulevard Northeast runs 1.6 miles from the CSX tracks at Decatur Street to Ponce de Leon Avenue. Boulevard bisects the Martin Luther King Jr. Historic District, crosses Freedom Parkway, fronts clusters of lofts and new luxury apartments, transports worshipers to services at historic churches, and provides access to the Atlanta Medical Center. Boulevard offers a spectacular skyline view, yet the street is dotted with trash-choked lots whose owners have been AWOL for decades. It is home to the village of Bedford Pines, the Southeast's highest concentration of federally subsidized housing. District 2 Atlanta City Council member Kwanza Hall will join us today to discuss an initiative that has taken the old 4th Ward by storm. He calls it the Year of Boulevard. Joining Council member Hall is Ms. Edna Moffett, the Executive Director of Operation Peace, and Megan Anderson, the Executive Director of the Furniture Bank. Later in the show, we will meet the Chairman of the historic 4th Ward Park Conservancy, Liz Coyle. The historic 4th Ward Park Conservancy is a nonprofit organization with broad-based community support. They are dedicated to enhancing the maintenance and security of the newly created historic 4th Ward Park while advocating for the full realization of the park plan. The Conservancy was launched on October 15, 2008. Liz Coyle, Chairman of the historic 4th Ward Park Conservancy, will join us to tell us more about this beautiful park and the Conservancy. We have a great show planned. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the District. We have a great show planned for you today. Joining us is District 2 Atlanta City Council member Kwanza Hall, Ms. Edna Moffett, the Executive Director of Operation Peace, and Megan Anderson, the Executive Director of the Furniture Bank. Council member Hall, this was a big year for you. You announced back in May 2012 the Year of Boulevard. And you asked me if I would partner with you to address the services and human services and needs of the residents who are in the Boulevard corridor. Of course, I was honored to do that and accepted the partnership without hesitation because we both have residents who live in this corridor that are in need of Fulton County services. So it was very positive and very overwhelming. The county became fully engaged in providing the services, and so we are so pleased that that happened. So, Councilman Hall, in your own words, what is the Year of Boulevard, and why did you decide to focus so much attention on this Boulevard corridor?
Well, first I'd like to say thanks, Commissioner, for having me, and thank you for being such a great partner, as well as the Fulton County departments that stepped up to be a part of the Year Boulevard. The Year Boulevard is a special initiative that my staff and I, just sitting around, decided to embark upon because we had pretty much tackled all of the other issues in District 2. We had worked on revitalization, development projects, transportation projects were all underway, but we really had not done one of the things that I think our city needs to work on doing better, and our counties as well, building people instead of building things. We know how to build buildings, we know how to tear down neighborhoods, we know how to build streets, roads, and bridges, but we had not done enough work around revitalizing the community between Ponce de Leon and Freedom Parkway on Boulevard, known as the Bedford Pines community. And we thought we would target the families and children who live there, a finite geographic area, 700 families and children, and try to give them every resource that we could bring to bear to make their lives a better place.
So what are some of the accomplishments or achievements so far of the Year Boulevard?
Well, some of the things that we've done have related to just infrastructure. We brought a mini precinct, a police department precinct there. We have a community resource center. And also, of course, in partnership with you all, we were able to bring a special initiative, a block party for the community. But prior to that, we got people excited, especially the young people and their parents bought in to a summer of possibility. This summer provided young people in every one of the units with an opportunity to have enrichment like all of us had in our lives. And that was truly a testament to our great partners at Operation Peace, Truly Living Well Urban Farm, the Freedom School at ML King Rec Center, as well as Central Park with the basketball camp and a lacrosse camp.
Well, I certainly had a great time being part of the the back to school block party that you had on July 21st. It was great. So, Councilman Hall, what was the idea behind the block party, and why was it important that you hold it on Boulevard?
Well, as you know, the city's mandate is a home rule mandate, and we're not chartered to really offer human services. And our close partner, the county, is. You are constitutionally mandated to offer human services to our citizens. And since we can't offer it, I thought I'd reach out to you and figure out how we could get all of the great resources that Fulton County has to offer, that I had heard about, that I'd seen being offered all over the county, to happen right in the Boulevard corridor. And of course, you stepped up and you brought your departments in tow, and they've all been really, really great in showing that you can help change people's lives, whether it be through job opportunities, healthcare screenings, and a variety of other services that families so desperately need, especially those that live below the poverty level.
Well, thank you for mentioning that. I was really overjoyed to hear that Fulton County provided up to 50 free breast exams and HIV tests to residents who had never had a breast exam or an HIV test. Employment opportunities were provided through the county as well, through our workforce development, and free library cards with free admission to the zoo for a family of 4 was also provided. So they were provided through our library services, and you know, we just had great time. Fulton County stepped up to the plate in that regard. So it was an honor to be part of that.
Thank you.
Ms. Moffett, please tell us and tell our viewers about your organization and how it was involved in the block party.
Well, first of all, Operation Peace has been on the Boulevard corridor for 18 years. It was founded by 33 college students and myself, and we are there to ensure that our children have a safe place during those crucial hours of 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. And we were involved by first helping to organize the block party. And we gave an opportunity to the parents along the corridor to register their children for the programs of Operation Peace. And I'm happy to say that we fulfill our promise of providing 65 slots for an after-school program for the 2012-13 year.
That is excellent. Thank you for your work on Boulevard and in this community for the number of years that you've been serving the community. Megan, would you tell our viewers about your organization? First of all, let me say welcome back.
Thank you.
So if you will tell our viewers about your organization and how it was involved in the block party.
Sure. The Furniture Bank provides free furniture to individuals and families that are either moving out of homelessness, living with HIV and AIDS, fleeing domestic violence, or simply low income that don't have the necessary furniture to live safely and securely. We were really excited to be a part of the block party, and we committed to providing beds for children in the corridor that did not have any beds. This started because it was time to go back to school, and obviously how can we expect a child to pay attention at school or do a good job if they're sleeping on the floor at night. We were able to provide 100 beds to children the day of the block party.
Great, thank you. So just briefly, could each of you just share a story of or that made it clear to you that the block party was a success?
Well, initially, we were not sure that we were going to get the turnout because there had been a degree of complacency around events happening in the community. So when we went to knock on doors the last few hours before the block party kicked off, and we started to see young people and their mothers and their uncles and their brothers coming out. And that's kind of early in the morning, 10, 11, to get people out of their homes when it's hot in the summer. And just to see 1,000 people outside on Boulevard, not at a festival, but at a festival for families and children, it was really, really good.
Great. Ms. Moffett?
Well, one being that I've been on the Boulevard Quarter, working there for 30 years, I never thought that I would see traffic stop on the quarter and see the families walking up and down the street, enjoying the refreshments, enjoying and getting the services that they so blessedly needed. So that was a success story for me. And then while we were serving a long line of new parents, up walked two college students from Spelman College who had been a part of Operation Peace 10 years ago, came and testified to the success of the peace services. So that told me it was a success.
Great, thank you.
For me, the highlight of the day was one family we delivered to. They had a little girl who was starting kindergarten, and she had never had a bed, so they had her in a back room while we set up her bed, and then surprised her when she came out, and she didn't know she was getting a bed, and so she immediately started jumping up and down the bed, so that was definitely a highlight for us.
Great, thank you. And very quickly, Councilman Kwanza Hall, would you please tell folks how to contact your office if they have questions regarding the Year of Boulevard? Yes,
for sure. 404-330-6038 is our telephone number. Again, 404-330-6038, or khall@atlantagaga.gov. We're also District 2 ATL on Facebook as well as Twitter.
Great. And your number?
And you can find us at 404-347-4040, or you can email us at opeace@bellsouth.net.
Great. Megan?
The Furniture Bank's number is 404-355-8530, and our website is furniturebankatlanta.org.
Great. Thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
When we return, we will talk to Liz Coyle, Chairman of the Historic Fourth Ward Park Conservancy. You are watching The District. Stay tuned. There's more to come. Welcome back to The District, everyone. If you just tuned into the show, we had a great conversation with District 2 Atlanta City Council member Kwanza Hall, Edna Moffett, the Executive Director of Operation Peace, and Megan Anderson, the Executive Director of the Furniture Bank Metro Atlanta, about the Year of Boulevard Back to School Block Party. Our next guest represents the historic Fourth Ward Park Conservancy. Please join me in welcoming Liz Coyle, Chairman of the historic Fourth Ward Park Conservancy. Liz, thank you for joining our show today.
Thank you, Joan. I'm so glad to be here.
Congratulations on your appointment as Chair of the Park Conservancy.
Delighted to serve.
So, can you share with our audience where the Fourth Ward Park is located and where the park and what the park's hours are?
Well, as the name suggests, the park is in the 4th Ward. It's actually just south of Ponce City Market that used to be City Hall East. That's being developed now into a wonderful mixed-use development by Jamestown. So from North Avenue heading south down to Ralph McGill is the main part of the park. And then the skate park is off of Ralph McGill and Willoughby Way on the Atlanta Beltline.
Great. And is there a parking lot there?
No, there's not a parking lot there because, importantly, we wanted to keep as much of the park green as possible, but there is ample parking on streets adjacent to the park.
So if a visitor doesn't have a car, can they take MARTA to the park?
Yes, MARTA buses number 2 and number 16 provide convenient access to the park.
And is the park ADA accessible?
It absolutely is. The best way to access the park if you need a wheelchair ramp or ADA accessibility is from Morgan Street, which is on the west side of the park.
Well, we know it is a beautiful park to look at, and I love going there. But what else does the park do?
Well, it is such a beautiful place, and so people come often just to sit and look at the beautiful lake and the flowers. It's also a great place to jog and get your exercise. On many a weekend morning, you'll find a yoga class going on in the park, all free to residents of the area, anybody who stops by the park. Every Saturday morning now, we have the Historic 4th Ward Park Conservancy is offering free croquet in the park with croquet sets and lessons for people who want to learn, and that's in the field behind the open air theater that's in the park overlooking the lake, and that's from 9:30 to 1 on Saturday mornings. I was just there last Saturday afternoon and observed a number of families enjoying the splash pad and playground, setting up birthday parties for their children. They popped up tents and had cakes and balloons, and everybody was having a wonderful time. And then, of course, south of the main park, there's the skate park, and it is the very first public skate park in the city of Atlanta, and it's right there off the East Side Trail. And not only can you enjoy your skateboarding there, but there's another playground and a terrific multi-purpose field.
So there's lots to do there.
Lots to do.
Well, Fulton County in the past has used Centennial Olympic Park for health fairs. Now, can the historic 4th Ward Park be used for Fulton County District 6 health fairs, concerts, weddings, and other events?
Absolutely. In fact, there are many events already happening in the park. Folks love to get married with the beautiful lake behind them. And in order to make arrangements to use the park, currently Historic 4th Ward Park is in a transition from the Atlanta Beltline to a full City of Atlanta park. And so in a few months' time, people will just use the usual procedure they would use to reserve a space in a park. But for now, District 6 residents who are interested in planning an event in the park should contact Kevin Burke at Atlanta Beltline. His number is 404-588-5474, and his email is kburke@atlbeltline.org.
Great, thank you. So as president of or chair of the Conservancy, could you tell us what the Conservancy does to benefit the park?
The Conservancy is primarily focused on bringing additional benefits to the park from the standpoint of maintenance and security. So, for example, with the funds that we're able to raise, we were able to add recycling into the park. This is the first City of Atlanta park to add recycling along with regular garbage collection, and that's something that the Conservancy was able to do through the support that we receive, and we're very proud of that and hope to see that as a model for other parks around the city so that people can recycle as well as throw away their trash. And then also we contribute to additional security patrols in the park.
So how can people support the park and the Conservancy?
Well, one of the things they can do is join the Conservancy, become a member. And there are opportunities to join from senior citizens, students, to individuals and families on up. They can also volunteer. We have a number of events throughout the year in the park, and we're always looking for people who will sign up to volunteer.
Well, Liz, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate you being here.
Thank you, Joan.
When we return, I will share my closing thoughts. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the district. Today we discussed an initiative called the Year of Boulevard and discovered a great model created by Atlanta City Council member Kwanza Hall that can gradually eliminate socioeconomic issues in a concentrated poverty-stricken area. We also heard from Ms. Edna Moffett, the Executive Director of Operation Peace, and Megan Anderson, the Executive Director of the Furniture Bank. Their partnership in the Year of Boulevard showed how after-school care and furniture are important issues that are often overlooked, but can be a major catalyst to helping a family with children toward a better future. Last of all, we spoke with Liz Coyle, Chairman of the Historic Fourth Ward Park Conservancy. The Historic Fourth Ward Park is a new, beautiful 17-acre public park in the heart of the old Fourth Ward neighborhood in District 6 of Fulton County, located near downtown and adjacent to the Atlanta Beltline in a detention basin or lake, which is the central visual amenity. This 2-acre lake serves as a striking aesthetic feature while helping the city to meet federal consent decree requirements. It was a brilliant idea for the park to be an amenity for its visitors, but also serve as a way to address severe flooding in this part of the Old Fourth Ward. I hope all residents and visitors of Old Fourth Ward in District 6 of Fulton County have the opportunity to see the beauty of this park, access Fulton County services at events in the park, and use the park's amenities. I want to thank my guests for the information and education they provided to us today. Thank you for joining us on The District. That's our show for today. Feel free to contact the District 6 office anytime by calling us at 404-612-8226. You can email us at district6@fultoncounty.ga.gov, tweet with us at @ComJoanGarner, and of course, friend us on Facebook. Until we meet again, I am Commissioner Joan Garner. Thanks for watching The District.